Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's get on up to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the call, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Godden with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
He navigates, he manipulates, he cycles through progressions with laser-like focus, and he can make any tough throw that you need because he'll stand in the pocket and make it happen.
On 1st and 10, Locke over the middle, complete. That's Rodgers. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Love. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one will swap that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So out come the Chargers. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at about the 32. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pick.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, free safety was there, no gain.
So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Back deep, Chester Rogers. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a first down throw. Locke over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Locke on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 team and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Andrew Luck now, he gears up to lead this offense again. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Luck. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that one results in 35 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rodgers. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. It's complete to Grant. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ryan Grant, 37 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First down, Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Rivers. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Rivers again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Quincy Wilson with the INT.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second down, Rivers. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Here we go, man.
1st and 10, Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Looking sideline, incomplete. But pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
3rd and long for Rivers. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, here's Luck. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Joey Bosa, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Throwing is Locke. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chester Rogers, 55 yards. And the Colts are in for 6. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Rivers now. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Rivers. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
390.
Again, it's Rivers. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Rivers. He completes it to Henry. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Back to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Luck now to throw. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. First down now, but that clock rolling. Luck. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Now it's Luck. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
On second down, Kamara. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The Colts on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.